Welcome to another edition of Dish It Out. Joining us today, we have two wonderful special guests, just like Madonna, first name basis, Alfio.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And joining us from the Frog and the Peach, we have Chef Joe Erdely, which I think should be the name of the third type of waffle. And of course, the man who needs no introduction.
I guess that's me. Doug Fee, welcome to another edition of Dish It Out. We're starting off, we're going to skip the entree today. We're going to start with appetizer, a wonderful, classically made Caesar salad.
Did you say skip the entree?
And then we're going right to dessert, because we have a Belgian waffle, apple confit, and brown butter ice cream. That's amazing. So stick around. You're going to like what you see.
Welcome to another edition of Dish It Out. Speaking of dishing it out today, look at this bowl here. We have something special in store for you. We have a gentleman coming all the way from Center City, Philadelphia, amongst other places of travel, and it's the one, the only, he's like Madonna. He goes by one name. He's known as Alfio.
Thank you. Thank you.
And welcome to our neighborhood, Alfio. And I've been trying for the longest time to get Frank to eat a salad, and we finally we're going to be able to do that.
We hope we can get him to do that, right?
Notice it's a big salad, though.
Okay. The salad bowl here can make one at a time. It can't make more than two. We start with fresh garlic, fork and spoon, a little bit of salt, and a pepper. Pepper we keep right on this one. Here, I must have missed it.
Look at that.
Okay.
It's like dinner and a show over here.
Okay.
I'm glad he catches as well as he throws.
I know.
We crush the garlic. You say the fork on the bottom, a spoon on top, and just to crush it. And actually, you're going to see the garlic disappear into the wood.
I think this is a historic occasion. Is this your 1 million Caesar salad today?
Well, actually, we are over 300,000. No 1 million yet.
300,000 Caesar salads.
Yes. Actually, I have been on a book of record, but they want proof, and I can't prove how many I made it.
You'd have to have a counter every time you did it.
Yeah.
So we know this is at least your first one.
This is my next one.
another historic occasion.
This
your
is the
first
garlic.
one.
Oh.
That's the garlic.
It's your first one with us.
Certainly strong. Now what's so you got a little tool underneath there, a little lazy Susan to help you out
right.
there?
All this year I make it without that, and the tablecloth always can wrap around the salad bowl. Got some fresh anchovy there. Okay. We
Anchovies.
crush the anchovy really good with the same technique of the garlic.
Now, Alfio, I've known you in the past, and I appreciate you coming in today, and I noticed that you have the true Center City, Philadelphia accent.
Oh, absolutely. My heritage is I'm an American Indian, and people don't believe me that. Of course I'm Italian. I introduce myself sometime and tell people I'm 5'6", completely black hair, and I speak perfect English, and then people know I'm telling the truth. Actually, I can prove to you I'm 5'6". Anyway, this is the anchovies. Now on top of this we have a fresh cottle egg.
And in New Jersey now, Alfio, I don't know if you aware new sanitation laws, we actually have to use pasteurized eggs in New Jersey for that.
I'm sorry, but I have used over 300,000 salad. Nobody ever got sick from the egg.
You hear that out there? There you go.
This is a little dry gold dust, actually dry mustard. You mix it up really good.
I was hoping it was gold dust because there's some left.
Yeah.
The price of gold these days.
Yeah,
We should be so lucky.
It makes it really good.
Now this salad bowl here, this is special to you. This isn't something that
It's
something that you can really find these days. It looks like something that maybe came up from Plymouth Rock.
Well,
Maybe Columbus had it on one of his voyages.
Until 1980, when the casino opened up in New Jersey, you can find salad bowl everywhere in Philadelphia. And after the casino took all the qualified people to work in restaurant and do tableside work, they all disappeared. So I couldn't find any. And this was custom made from a gentleman from Tamaqua, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Okay. Again, on top of this, we do have a little bit of vinegar, red wine vinegar.
Okay, carefully measured, I see.
Absolutely, a little bit of oil. Got to be the right amount.
I'm just trying to fathom that. 300,000 times oil and vinegar's been in here.
Yes, yes.
300,000.
Salad. I worked in Philadelphia in a place we had 12 waiters. I was the only one making 4 dining rooms. On Friday and Saturday alone, I used to make it between 350 and 400 salads a night.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Okay.
So if we took off your tuxedo jacket, your right arm's going to be much bigger than your left?
It is. It is.
Now you said
Yeah.
this Caesar salad, this wonderful technique you have that you did tableside for so many years. I think you told me that Dennis Leary once came in for the salad in your restaurant.
Yes, among all the movie stars and TV stars and the sport people and all the fine guests. Yes, I have a lot of memory from the restaurant business, and I'm very happy with my results. And I won't be surprised if my old boss from Center City, Philadelphia, was watching the show when you air this out, and he would say, "I know that guy there."
He knows us?
He even knows
Oh, he knows
me.
you. Wow.
So you had a really nice emulsified vinaigrette in there. And now,
This is great. Hopefully our students are watching this too for when we have Salads and Sandwich Week in our Food Preparation 1 class.
that's right, something you can learn right here on our campus at Mercer County Community College.
Alfia, we always try, maybe once in a while we mentioned during the show that you can take a class, whether it be credit or non-credit, right here at beautiful Mercer County Community College, the West Windsor, New Jersey campus.
I'll be very happy to come back here. It's a pleasure to be here.
See that? He wants to come back already.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you notice, I'm using the wooden spoon to cut the lettuce. Do you know why?
I do not know why. Why?
The truth, I haven't got a knife.
That's a good truth.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we'll teach our students, you can tear with your hands.
With your hands, yes.
Obviously, in the front of the house, which is where you would prepare this, normally table side, it may not be as pleasant to see somebody ripping
With the hands.
romaine lettuce with their hands
Yeah,
in front of you.
Yeah, that won't be. This croutons, very fine and baked it. And then we have a little bit of Italian sugar.
Italian sugar,
Do you know the difference between Italian sugar and American sugar is?
probably the cholesterol.
No, American sugar is made from sugar cane. Italian sugar is made from milk.
There you go.
And they call them cheese. Now we sprinkle it on top, a good portion of that, give you flavor.
Now do you go with just plain croutons, or do you want the garlic? Do you want any seasoning on there, or do you have enough
I
seasoning
think
in
you
your
put too
salad?
much cheese. Okay.
Too much cheese. Who'd have thunk that? Frank, not
I
certain.
took some back.
I think
Yeah.
you need maybe some chicken in there, or
Well, we can do with chicken, we can do with shrimps.
yes.
Yes.
Where they at?
I had available in my place, I have available with chicken, shrimps, or plain. And I don't call plain anymore, I call the original.
The original.
Yeah,
See,
original.
that sounds better than plain, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And the salad this is a finished product. This is it.
That's lovely. See, that's different than one of my favorite comedians, Chris Rock, when he tosses salad. It's a little different of a
Oh, would you folk like
of a genre.
you like to taste this thing?
I like to taste it.
Yeah.
Do you have chicken and shrimp?
Well, we can get some chicken. I'm sure in the field, but I saw some chicken when I came in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you say chickens from a field?
Yeah, I saw some chicken around.
Doesn't get any
over
fresher.
there.
Now, how would you plate this up in the restaurant?
Oh,
Would somebody be by your side
just
to
to
hand
go-
you plates?
no, actually, I would have a pile of plate, and I take it, and I
Use that almost like
and
a
I
tongue?
use, this is fun. This is absolutely fun.
I just can't get over this salad bowl. I mean, that's somebody brings this out to the front of the house. That makes dining an experience. I know Lowry's in Chicago they do a famous spinning salad, and they have a bowl like this that they spin around, and the server brings the dressing over top of their head and stirs it in.
Would you like to do the honor of
That's
that?
what I'm talking about. That's a portion there. As usual, there's one thing missing.
Forks.
Exactly. Got to go find a fork.
Well, use the original the tools that God gave us.
Well, thank you.
I don't think my boss would allow me to do that.
Now, if you'd like to learn how to make a beautiful salad and many more culinary delights, look for us on the web, mccc.edu/HRIM, and see when we have our credit and non-credit classes here. We offer them both.
And we have forks there too.
You know, one of the best parts about taking one of our culinary classes on campus here is that you get to play with the food and you don't have to do the dishes, we do them for you.
That's wonderful. That's a plus.
That does not hurt. Now, see, I see the crew here eyeing up all these salads because we plated up more than 2. Can't blame them. It smells wonderful. It's too bad you can't smell the garlic and the anchovy. And
When I had my own TV show in Philadelphia in late 70s, early 80s, it was the crew waiting in line for the salad and the special coffee I was telling you about earlier. Bon appetit.
no imitation
Who
Caesar
needs- who
salad
needs a
here.
fork?
Nothing but the real
Need
thing.
a fork.
Okay.
You can use a
All
plate.
right, so
We
it's
got-
time to
okay.
dig in. This is
All right.
gonna be a little messy, isn't it? Do I need a knife for this?
Actually, you can pinch it and bite it.
Okay.
Let's get on in there.
I'm going to take advantage so I can talk since Frank has his mouth full. Thanks for joining us on this segment of Dishing Out. Stick around. We got more for you.
Well, welcome to another segment of Dish It Out. Of course, with me, as always, our host, Chef Doug Fee. And Chef, who do we have joining us today?
Joe, I can't remember your last name.
Oh, it's Erdely.
Erdely.
Is that one of those things he didn't throw it at you? But we do know where Chef Joe's from. It's from
Exactly.
the famous Frog in the Peach restaurant over in New Brunswick. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they were open in 1983. Is that correct?
Sounds about right. 27, 28 years.
27,
going on.
28 years.
Quiz time. And Joe is the pastry chef there. So we're going from salad to dessert. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, I don't think he's brought enough for me. For us, I mean. But we'll see what he's
I see
making
where your
today.
priorities are. Okay.
But you can always go visit him over at the Frog and the Peach, or better yet, in addition to doing that, if you want to learn how to make these recipes, you know where this is going.
I can see it coming now.
Beautiful West Windsor, New Jersey, Mercer County Community College, where we have not only a culinary arts program, but a pastry arts program, and we also have hotel restaurant management, culinology, cooking, baking. Did we miss
Non-credit?
anything? Non-credit, of course. Come on in, take a class. But more importantly, it's time to see Chef Joe make some dessert for us.
Excellent.
So welcome, and what's on our menu?
Tonight, or today, depending on what time it is on TV, I guess.
Absolutely.
We'll be doing a Belgian-style waffle served with an apple confit and a brown butter ice cream, toasted pecans.
You know what my favorite dessert is?
What's that?
It could possibly become, what'd you say you're making?
Belgian waffles,
Apple confit.
apple confit, brown butter ice cream, toasted pecans.
You lost me with the Belgian waffles. I do love Belgian waffles. I think they're good for every meal. So take it away.
All right. So where do we start?
We're going to start with the most labor-intensive part, which is the waffle dough itself.
I thought you were going to say eating it.
Well, after 4 courses, it might be the most difficult. We have is a Liège-style dough, which is, in Belgium, there are 2 different types of waffles. There's the Liège style and the Antwerp. Now, when you normally eat a waffle at your extended stay America or wherever it happened to be, you get the batter in the iron. That's typically more of the Antwerp style. With the Liège style, it's essentially a yeast dough that's fortified with sugar and butter
2 good ingredients.
to the point where there is more butter and sugar in there than flour.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And it gets set up and it rises and we bake it off as is. With the magic of television, I hope. We didn't film me making this though, did we?
But you did make this, right?
But I did make it.
did-
Yes,
you did
yes,
make
I
it.
certainly did. It's here.
We witnessed it. We saw you make it every day. You make similar things over at the Frog and the Peach. So we know that you have the credentials. If not, you wouldn't be here with us.
Okay.
But nonetheless, even the names that you're saying, Antwerp, Yeah, it doesn't sound as flattering. Would you say the other was
Liège.
Liège?
Yes.
What would you like, the Antwerp or the Liège?
Well, if you don't stop talking, we're not going to get either one. So what's next?
Next, we'll get to the ice cream. And in order to make ice cream, we need to make ice cream base. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 cups whole milk.
So this is the most labor-intensive part.
This is the most labor-intensive part that TV can show.
All right, so let's. He's going to show you how to do this, but we're going to turn this off and eat. No?
No.
Oh.
No, we're not.
All right, back to the ice cream base.
To that, we will add a cup of heavy cream.
So the first was whole milk.
Whole milk.
And then heavy cream.
Heavy cream. 2 cups of sugar. Now I'm going to throw about a cup and a half into the cream for now. Stir that up.
All right.
And how much is this going to yield in the end?
This is actually a half batch of what I typically make in the restaurant, so this will probably yield about a little more than a quart of
Okay.
ice cream base.
And I've seen a lot of the different dishes that they serve in the restaurant, and the portions are good. I mean, they're not my type of portion, but they're really very artistic. And
It's-
as we always say, food you eat with your eyes first, and I'm sure this is going to be just as lovely as the dishes that you make in the restaurant.
It really is like a labor of love, I think, because at the restaurant especially, everything is made from scratch. So I mean, as you can see with this that we're doing today, there isn't a single processed ingredient that I haven't made myself, with the exception of maybe the apples that didn't come from my backyard. So what's going to happen is next is we're going to bring this cream and sugar mixture up to a boil. Want to be very careful because when cream starts to boil, it will go all over the place if you don't keep a close eye on it. And we're also going to be working with 1 dozen egg yolks. Now, typically when I'm working in the restaurant, we will do something known as tempering, where we will take the hot cream, we'll drizzle it into the egg yolks, and slowly bring them up to temperature. That way they don't scramble in the final product. With today, though, since we're a little bit strapped for time, I figure I'm just going to go through the basic process and then go right into the next ingredient, which is also the second most labor-intensive item on the plate, which is going to be the apple confit.
So why do all this work at home? Go in and see Joe over at Frog and the Peach. He can make you some dessert.
That's right.
And if you're like me, and the portion size for some reason, I mean, they're actually the portions you're supposed to eat, but if it's not enough for you, then they allow you to order 2, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yes, I mean there were
That's what I do.
there's
2, 3.
2, 3, 1 to go. It doesn't. It's
Hey, don't get carried away. 1 to go. You didn't even bring enough for us today to 1 to go. I thought we ordered 2 to go today. Oh my
I'll have to talk to
goodness.
the director about that. I
Yes,
think.
yes, I know that.
So then once the cream and sugar mixture comes to a boil, we will slowly whisk everything in, minding the heat also. And once that comes up, we will let this normally sit in an ice bath to cool down to room temperature. It's best to leave this in the refrigerator for at least a day so that the cream and the eggs and the sugar can all hang out for a while and get situated. You end up with a creamier ice cream when you let it sit. And then, as this is right now, this is a simple neutral ice cream. No flavor, just sweet cream. What we did earlier was we took butter and we almost burnt it in a saucepan. Almost. Into a state that is called brown butter.
You should show them what that looks like.
Should. So I will.
Sure we can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we
Clear.
go.
See, Chef Feast prepared.
We
Got the
will
clear. Oh,
right in.
almost looks like a syrup, right? Mm-hmm. That's some serious brown butter.
And the
Now,
part-
you said that you only make about 2 quarts of this at a time.
Yes.
Why not just make 7, 8, 9, 10 gallons at a time, and then flavor it later as you want,
As it is.
or bring some here I mean, if you have any extra.
So long,
There was an angle.
so long as you have the freezer space, I have no
Yeah, we
problems.
do.
What I did not show you just now is as you brown the butter, butter solids also brown and settle to the bottom. That's really what we're looking for as far as a garnish. So that's going to go also right in, and it's going to give the ice cream a speckled, almost like vanilla bean looking consistency. Stir that in, and then to taste, you add the brown butter. Now, before you do this all, I failed to mention earlier, you do this warm, because if the ice cream base were to cool down, the butter would set up, and you will end up with globs of butter floating in your ice cream, which
Nobody wants that.
nobody wants that.
Is that the voice of experience talking? Have you seen that once or twice?
Oh my goodness. So we can.
What are we doing now?
We're just going to set this aside.
Okay.
Typically, what you would do is let this cool and then throw it into your ice cream machine. Spin it up until done. Next step.
If they don't have an ice cream machine at home, what would they? Could they make this at home still?
You could do this. There's a couple of methods that I've been reading up on
You're
recently.
saying pull it in the fridge first for 24 hours
let
is
it
what
sit.
you'd recommend.
Right. There's a method that I found out about. If anybody out at home, I assume, can get their hands on liquid nitrogen.
Wow.
All you need is a KitchenAid mixer with the base in it, with a wire whip attachment. Bring it up to a mix, and as it is going, you pour your liquid nitrogen into it. It will freeze instantly, and you will have ice cream in about 45 seconds.
Wow.
So if you're not Michael Voltaggio and you don't have liquid nitrogen handy, we're looking for another method. Because chances are, if you have liquid nitrogen, you probably have a ice cream maker too. I'm just going to go out there with that.
A chilled bowl in a standard mixer. Occasionally spinning and chilling. Essentially what you want to do is you want to freeze this base down and also incorporate air into it. So if you work in batches, chill it, put it in the food processor or in the mixer, whip some air into it, chill it some more. Eventually you will get ice cream.
I think a lot of people were just having flashbacks to the 80s there because you were saying spinning and chilling. That was the 80s decade, wasn't it? Wiki.
Okay. Moving onward.
Moving on, we will do something that I top the waffles with. I call it apple confit.
I'm sorry, what waffles?
The waffles that we will have eventually.
Oh, yeah. I knew we were going somewhere with that.
And confit is it's a method of cooking certain things, which essentially, it's a French technique, which translates to in its own juice, essentially. So what we're doing here is I have about 4 gala apples peeled and diced, and they've been soaking in acidulated water with a lemon squeezed into it.
That's a big word.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Nice word.
Acidulated.
Acidulated.
All right.
We also offer English 1 and English 2 here at beautiful Mercer County Community College. Acidulated.
Okay.
So with that in mind, what we're going to do is add this, which I did not bring up. This is a quart of apple cider that I boiled down with 1 pint of granulated sugar. And what we're going to do is continue to bring it down.
Oh, that's real cooking here.
Yeah.
See, it's not all TV, is it?
And my method of doing this is typically I would have a candy thermometer and I would cook this to the hardball stage in sugar, which is about 250 degrees Fahrenheit, turning it into what essentially is candy. Once it reaches that point, we are going to add these apples, and the moisture in the apples will be released, thinning out the caramel, while the caramel heat inside of them will also cook the apples simultaneously to the point where we'll have apples in its own syrup in a relatively short amount of time.
I stopped listening after apples and caramel.
Or candy apples. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Candy apples. Either way, I'm lost. Just want to eat some.
Okay.
So essentially, we're making a simple syrup instead of using water. We're using cider.
Use the cider, yeah. And then, well, at the restaurant, we season it with certain
Secret ingredients that you can't
proprietary
divulge.
proprietary herbs and spices.
Meaning that he's not going to share with us.
Please.
Wink, wink. Proprietary. They put a frog and a peach in every dessert. Oh, did I let it out?
So as you can, I don't know if you can get a shot of this, but you can see the sugars are actually bubbling up in this real.
Here, I can move this down so.
That reminds me of that What's Happening episode. Bubbly brown sugar. Of course, that's not brown sugar. But that's how the song goes.
Which does remind me, they also teach music here, Frank.
Yes,
You can even do voice lessons.
I should go back. I do need that.
Okay, and while that's going, we might as well get the waffle going.
Absolutely.
So
I like the sound of that.
in our waffle iron,
Do you need any spray or fat for that? Just
everything. It's all
because
built
so
in.
Oh, I love the sound of that. It's all in there.
So normally what we do is we have a different style of waffle iron at the restaurant where it's round, deep, so I can usually stretch it as a pizza dough.
Okay.
But in this case, I think I might be able to get close to 2.
That's what we love. There's 1, 2. I like the sound of that. You can get a third out of there.
We'll
1,
see.
2, 3.
There you go. They teach math here at Mercer County Community College as well.
That's absolutely. That I'm good at.
So with that, we
Singing,
will
not so much.
rest it in, seal it up, and hopefully we'll have a waffle very shortly. While that's cooking, we will add our apples. In fact, I might as well do this off the heat.
You said this was 4 gala apples?
4 gala apples, or
Okay.
any sort of sweet or tart baking apple, something that will hold up to the heat. When you are cooking apples, the type of apple says a lot. It could be the difference between having an apple pie full of apple slices and an apple pie full of applesauce.
I hear what this one's saying. I'm delicious, eat me.
I think the smell of the sugar is getting to your head there, Frank.
What's my excuse normally?
So we'll just bring that back up to heat. And as that's going, we can probably get started on the plate up very soon.
Okay. And it's going to appear before your eyes right after this. Now it's almost Frank's favorite time where we get to sample.
Time to eat.
Almost, just about.
All right.
So we just pulled the waffles out of the waffle iron. And this is something of what we would do for a normal presentation. We have our apple reduction. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of spoon that right across. Get some more of this,
That smells good.
this syrup. Just my favorite part.
Did you say spoon that right across?
Spoon it
right across my lips?
Exactly. Wherever it needs to go.
Oh, that's the stuff. You know, that's good, right?
And then
To drink that.
we will take our brown butter ice cream, which I think, like, my take on this waffle dish is, if we're putting brown butter in ice cream, we might as well let that butter melt all over it, just like a normal waffle.
Oh, it's melting all right.
And then we will top it a little bit of confectioner's sugar.
This is where Doug always talks about the bakers, right?
You gotta have your powdered sugar.
And some toasted pecan.
I didn't see you toast those.
Oh, we did it over the break.
All right. So there we have dessert. So here we have our finished product, our Belgian waffle with apple confit and brown butter ice cream, courtesy of Chef Joe Erdely from The Frog and the Peach.
He's still here?
Yeah, it was a pleasure, too.
Oh. Joe, thank you.
No problem.
Thanks very much.
Enjoy.
So you've seen 2 wonderful dishes prepared today. Of course, Alfio and Chef Joe. And the dishes, of course, we started off with the Caesar salad, which was quite delicious. And we ended up with this again, I believe, was a Belgian. I have to take another taste just to
Yeah,
remind
just to make
myself.
sure. Good
make
idea,
sure.
Frank.
While I'm doing that,
I want to thank our special guests for joining us this afternoon
Nice to be here.
and joining us at the Culinary School at Mercer County Community College. We'd like to see you back here again on Dish It Out or right here on campus at our beautiful culinary school. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.